Hello and welcome to another FiveJay Sunday here at Nintendo Prime. I'm your host for today, FiveJay, and today we're going to start a playthrough of Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. Now, I've played this game many times, even gotten very near the end, but I don't recall ever actually beating this game. So, I thought I'd do a playthrough series on Nintendo Prime's channel and see if we can right this massive wrong. So, because it is a complete playthrough, I cannot start from any of these save files. I'm going to have to start over. It is what it is, but this will be part one of however many parts it takes to complete this game. It doesn't have to be 100% run, we just need to be able to see the ending. So, let's dive in and start making some progress. We got a bunch of folks here already. Duo Master, The Rebel, Sam Cook, who's new. Welcome, Sam. Superfly to Guy. What's up, folks? Thank you for watching. Let's see. Superfly says, FiveJay, more like FiveJay, am I right? Yeah, that's what my wife calls me. The Rebel says, is your name Jack? It's Chris. Manuel Gonzalez is here. Thank you for watching. Says, sup. Hey, man. Alright, we know the story pretty much, right? Let's start down here. Normally we're Link, so do I stick with Link or do I go FiveJay? I guess we're sticking with Link. But do you do it with lowercase letters? Oh boy. See, now I gotta go back. No, I don't want to mess it all up. Let's hope we can fit FiveJay in here. If not, we can always use a literal 5. Oops. Well, we know that won't work then. 5. J. Is there like a delete in here? Because that'd be nice. There we are. Sam Cook says, I'm playing Breath of the Wild at the moment. I'm doing the Divine Beast. Nice. Very cool. Aiden McFarlane is here. Thank you for watching. Says, I've played the GBA version. That's a great version. That is probably the... well, it's not the first way I played it, because I remember playing this on Super Nintendo as a kid. Renting it. My friend had a Super Nintendo, and the local, like, VHS rental place also had, like, Super Nintendo games and 64 games. Terry Turner says, one of my first games back in the day. Nice. It's a great game, isn't it? You gotta love it. All-time classic. Manuel says, dab on them haters. You dab on them haters, man. All the day long. Sam Cook says, I've got the bird and the other one to go. Oh, of the Divine Beasts. Gotcha. Duo is doing some other stuff. I need someone who, if someone needs me, I might not see your message. Uh-oh, Duo. Oh, boy. Just kidding. Superfly, that camel was tough. When I went to face him, my only one-handed weapon broke. I had no shield. It was a disaster. Well, you didn't prepare very well for that encounter, it seems. One weapon, huh? Rebel says, Duo, do you also own this channel? Duo is a moderator on this channel. Sam Cook says, yeah, I didn't use an axe because it was slow, so I stuck to the spears and killed him easy. There you go. Oh no. Poor guy. Who is this guy anyway? He's not like our dad. He's like a roommate. Earl says, why do you say thanks for joining? Why not? I want to welcome folks for watching the stream. You know, acknowledge they're here, say hi. There's nothing wrong with that. Blue Cubics Rube is here. It says hi. Hey, how's it going? Thank you for watching. Duo says, because I feel like I should as a mod. There you go. Another perfectly sound reason. Bam. In we go. Sam Cook says, like the video. Hey, alright. New and already helping with getting likes and such in the videos. Thanks, Sam. Yes, by all means, please like the video. Please subscribe to Nintendo Prime on both Twitch and YouTube. And if you're enjoying me as a streamer, I have my own channels on Twitch and YouTube. Just search for FiveJay Gaming, spelled like you see below the camera, and you'll find me. Woo! Uncle, thank you. I was like, who is that? You never really see your parents. Uncle. It's the closest we've ever seen to family. Superfly says, when are we going to get CDI games ported to the Switch? We're waiting! That's a really good point. A very good point. Sam Cook says, this on NES. No, this is a Super Nintendo game. I am playing this on an SNES Classic. Oh, sweet. Down and select gets me back to this menu. Okay. First of all, let's save it, shall we? My Y button is not working. What? What just happened? I'm using a wireless controller. Maybe one of these buttons is weirdly programmed. That is... what? What is happening? I gotta try all the buttons now. What? Boy, that is messed up. Apparently, I need to go grab one of my actual SNES controllers here, because I gotta be able to save this. You know what? This one has a real legitimate save file. We don't need a suspend point, now that I think of it. Blue Cubics Rube says, do the skip where you can beat the game in 1 minute. Yeah, I don't think that counts as a playthrough, though. Superfly says it's on SNES. Yes, indeed. Duo says, if you're enjoying FiveJay, aw, thank you for putting my channel out there. TJ Celtic is here and says, reset your system. That's a good idea. Oh. Forgot that it doesn't shut down quickly. Okay, hopefully that does it. Rebel says, free advertising. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Because it's not my channel, but I stream for the channel. I'm not paid, so free advertising seems like a pretty fair deal if you ask me. Sam says, I wish I had an SNES, but they're probably super expensive. If you can find an SNES Classic, they are 80 bucks, which is pretty darn good, considering the 21 games on there are all pretty awesome. Superfly says Retron 2 reliably emulates NES and SNES. It feels pretty cheap, but it works. Yeah, the problem is that the games are very expensive. Digital solutions like this are much cheaper for getting all the games. Oh, apparently we already have a save file in some fashion. Can I save now? No. This controller simply does not perform that particular function. Dang it. Well, now we know how it works. We just have to be smart about how we interact with it. Rebel says, I like the Revenge of the Sith better than the originals. That's fool. That's cool. That's fool. That's fool. Sam Cook says, I've subbed to your channel because I like Nintendo. Awesome. Thank you, Sam. Appreciate that. Oh, I guess it doesn't really matter, because look at this. Both of them start at the beginning. That's fine. We're just moving on. Aiden McFarland says, I feel I'm one of the few who prefers the purple SNES buttons to the color ones. I like the concave convex. These are all concave and these are convex. Better than the all convex buttons of the Super Famicom, but I like the colors better. That being said, I still love the Super Nintendo versus the Super Famicom colors. Well, I suppose in Europe it was also called the Super Nintendo, but it had the Super Famicom design. So I guess you have to specifically say, I love the US Super Nintendo. TJ Celtic says, I'm currently playing Twilight Princess. Great game. Great game. Alright, well, we didn't lose too much progress, at least. Sam Cook says, the Rebel same is cringy, but the action is sick. Superfly says, the good games can be expensive. I got Gauntlet 2 and Super Mario Bros. 3 for like $8 on eBay. Ooh, nice. But those are NES. SNES I find is particularly expensive these days. NES isn't so bad. Rebel says, I subbed to this channel because I'm interested in the way people from USA work. There you go. Why not? Rebel says, sends a smile. Superfly says, I'm American, and I work like they did in the USSR. I pretend to work, they don't pretend to pay me. Wow. Alright. How about that? This punk here. Is there anything for me to do? Yeah, we can get this. Money, money. A little magic. Hey, wait a minute. These buttons don't work. Oh no. This controller doesn't map correctly to the SNES Classic. That is tragic. I do have to get up. I cannot use my lantern. And we're about to get to a spot where we're going to need that lantern a lot. So I'm going to have to go grab a different controller. Okay, that one's off. Pardon me for a moment. Sorry, I'm obviously so unprepared here. I didn't know this was a problem. Do. Pardon the man behind the curtain. Pay him no mind. Okay, confirmed working controller. Put my headphones in again so I can make sure the audio is working. I'm going to adjust the camera back. Hate having to get up because I like to thread the headphones through the shirt. Don't have the big weird white line coming up through the image there. It says least invasive as possible. There's a lot of folks that live stream that have like a giant thing of headphones. I don't like that look, you know, so I just try to make it minimally invasive here. Like surgery. Okay. Something like that. Yeah? Okay. Sorry, folks. That was elegant and graceful, was it not? Okay. Well, what a waste of time all of this has been so far. Thank you for your patience. We're now ready to go. Duo is reminding folks to keep things not political. Thank you very much. That will keep relations civil if we steer clear of that sort of thing. Yes, and keep the chats PG. That would be wonderful. Thank you. See, this is why we need you, Duo. You can always take a look, and I might be several minutes behind, and who knows what can happen in that amount of time. Oh, bam. Now, to make some progress once again. Oh, some of these... Yeah, that's right. Is there anything behind them, though? I feel like at one point in this game there's going to be. I guess just not at this particular moment. Ah! Run away! Lots of Star Wars quotes flying around. I love it. You underestimate my powers. Oh, the prequels. They're very quotable, aren't they? Too bad there aren't particularly good quotes. They're funny and they're entertaining. Man. I love, like, some of the action sequences and stuff in the prequels, but... Boy, all of the dialogue is just so terrible. It's like you put it on mute, and, like, it's a really good movie. Or just mute the voices, leave the, you leave the music going, because that music is also spectacular in those prequels. Yeah, let's go down. Why not? What could it hurt? Ha! You stood no chance. Sam says the prequels are so cringy, it's good. Yeah, I think there is a certain allure to watching really bad movies, you know? The prequels might qualify for that, sure. I love a lot of the conceptual lore that's behind it, you know? The Jedi Temple and all that, the Jedi Order and the betrayal and all that kind of things. It's good stuff, but boy, if they'd changed a few things, they could have really made those movies great. Giorgio MX is here. Thank you for watching. Says, A Link to the Past, my first Zelda 1 year ago. I'm now playing my second Zelda, The Wind Waker. Ooh, there's a big shift in styles. How you liking Wind Waker? And how did you like A Link to the Past? I assume you enjoyed it, considering you're playing a second Zelda in your lifetime. Okay, I never know which way to go. It's like, no matter how many times I start this game over, I still completely forget where all of the right ways to go are in these dungeons. Duo is asking if there's anything I'm looking forward to getting to soon. I bought several games on Switch recently, so I'm looking forward to playing those on stream. I just don't know which one I'm going to play next. I picked up Dark Side Detective. That one looks really humorous, full of lots of game references and stuff. Seemed like an intriguing, like, point-and-click adventure type game. I also picked up... Oh, what was it? Several more things. Oh, what is it called, man? Zeo Drifter. Zeo Drifter is an awesome Metroidvania game that originally came out on 3DS and went to Wii U, and then it went to PS4 and Vita and all sorts of places. It's a great game. It finally came to Switch, so I picked up that game again. Boy, I feel there's like 2 other games I also bought. One game that looks a lot like Final Fantasy Tactics, so I'm looking forward to that. I think it's called, like, Mercenary Chronicles or something like that. And I think there was one other game. Oh, Owlboy. So I'm also really looking forward to Owlboy. I played a little bit of that. It's 16-bit looking instead of 8-bit, so it's retro, but it's much more refreshing than all these sort of 8-bit like games out there. But yeah, I'm looking forward to streaming all of those. There's so many chats, guys. Thank you for being active. I just will not be able to keep up with you all. Giorgio says, yes, A Link to the Past, one of my favorites. Now, along with Super Metroid, I made sure to finish A Link to the Past with no help, just feel the difficulty of 1991. Yes. Yes, indeed. And of course, in 1991, other people had the help of the Nintendo Hotline. So Nintendo had a phone call service where you could call Nintendo and they would give you help on games. How crazy is that? So when the NES Classic came out, they printed on the box the same message that was on the NES console originally about the Nintendo Hotline. And I think they even turned the hotline on for like a day. I think it was one day, like the launch of the NES Classic. They turned it back on and then, you know, turned it back off again because they don't want to support that kind of infrastructure. They've got so many hundreds of games now. It'd be so difficult to support them all. But in those days, you know, it was like, oh, we've got, you know, a couple dozen games. We give those folks some guides for on the phone there, and they can help you out. But I think that was really fascinating that that was a service that they provided. Other game companies didn't do that. Sam Cooks' Bayonetta looks all right. What is the hype about? I've actually played Bayonetta 2, and I actually really enjoyed it. At first, I felt like, oh, it's just sort of a beat-em-up, button masher type game. But, you know, the action sequences are so satisfying. There's a grand scale to them. There's a huge, ridiculous aspect to the way that she fights with the guns on her heels and stuff. But, I don't know, it's just an entertaining action romp. They really do a great job of giving it this epic scope, and yeah, I think you like it if you like just fun. It's almost a mindless, you know, type action game. You do have to be skilled, but you can tone down the difficulty, I believe. There is a rating to every Zelda. Aren't you supposed to? Boy, I thought that she was supposed to take care of that. Am I going to the throne room? That's right, I'm going to the throne room, aren't I? We're going to move something. Anyway, it's a good one. All these chats. Looks like mostly it's just a bunch of chats amongst each other, which is good. I'm glad you guys are able to be entertained amongst yourselves whilst watching an all-time classic. Ooh, that little rat dropped 5 rupees. All right. Okay, switching off to the lamp. What am I, Aladdin? Hey, that's actually a game that we on Super Nintendo that I had beaten recently. I did like 99% of the game on stream. I had to shut it off, but then I thought to myself, this is the end, isn't it? Sure enough, the last fight was right after I had turned off the stream. So I just did the fight while the stream was off, just to beat the game in one sitting, and it's fun. I like Aladdin on Super Nintendo. It's good stuff. I think this lantern mechanic was really inventive, but also annoying. Thankfully, there isn't a lot of this sort of thing throughout the entire game, but it is a bit here and there. It's another cave. It's a little bit annoying, but I'd say this is the most annoying part for the lantern mechanic. Rat. rats. Once again, dropping big money. Man, these 20? Man, these rats are stealing from the rich. And at the moment, they're giving to the poor, but we keep getting all this money from these rats and won't be poor for long. We/Link. Link is the one with no money here. Anything else? I feel like one of these has like a switch underneath it. A Nintendo? No. YXBA is here. Thank you for watching. Says, you're not the Nintendo Prime guy. No, you're right. So that's Nate. It's his channel. I stream for him on the weekends, and I've also been a regular guest on his podcast. A duo once again repping me. Man, these rats are loaded. Another one dropping 20 smackers. You know, I said that out loud and then I realized smackers is a really lame term for money. Very sorry you had to hear that. The rats are making super chats. Yes, they're paying Link. Thanks, guys. Right now, I want a heart. None? Come on, little rat. Alright, fine. Take your money. Pull the switch over there. No, not that one. I'm pretty sure she says that no matter which one you pull, but I think the correct one is this one. Oh, well. I guess there is a right and wrong. James Kruger is here and says, what's up, N Prime mates? I like that. That's inventive. XPS says, I'm fine with the use of the word smackers. It's alright. I don't know, just, it's not cool. Not that I'm particularly cool to begin with, but... Superfly says, you can get a pack of cards for like $2. What are you talking about? Yeah, baby! They're talking about the price of Super Nintendo cartridges in the chat there. Yeah, so a lot of the really good games on Super Nintendo are still very much holding their value. $20 is usually a decent game. If it's a Nintendo title, it's probably at least $30, maybe more. It's crazy that they can still be so expensive after all this time. But I feel that in the last 5 years, the price of these SNES games specifically have gone way up. Take that. But NES games as well have been quite expensive. Where am I going? Where's my map? Great. Kakariko Village. Sam Cook is like, oh, good. So what are good toilets going for? Well. Duo says some lower selling carts will be even more expensive. Earthbound is probably around $60 or more. Ha! Earthbound? Are you kidding me? That's one of the really rare titles. Earthbound on Super Nintendo on cartridge is more like $250. Maybe more, depending on where you're looking. Oh, I think there's like a kid around here I have to talk to. Pretty sure. Duo says, I'd recommend Earthbound, A Link to the Past, Yoshi's Island, etc. Oh, Yoshi's Island, so good too. All good recommendations. Sam Cook says, they're going to go up because they're going to become vintage. Yes, yes indeed. Sadly, I mean, these are games that I grew up with as a kid, and it's weird to think, well, geez, these things are vintage. Am I now vintage? I guess so. I guess so. He's hiding in the palace past the castle. Thanks, kid. I guess I remembered just where to go. Flea the Magician is here. Thank you for watching. Says, the secret of mana was last seen near me for 180 pounds. At that time, closer to $400. Oh, yeah. And if you want to get... I forgot. But there's some really crazy expensive games out there. On the original NES, there's a game... I need a hammer there. There's a game called Little Samson. And that game sells for over $1,000. It's insane. Absolutely insane. It's too bad because Little Samson's a really cool game, actually. So, in a lot of cases, if a game is too expensive, you should look on like eBay or Etsy. Etsy, strangely, is actually a really good market for this. Reproduction cartridges. So this is somebody who basically takes a blank Super Nintendo cartridge and they load a ROM onto it. That way, when you plug it into your system, it's recognized like any other Super Nintendo or Nintendo game. But you paid, maybe $30 or $40 for a reproduction of Earthbound instead of $300 for it. So you probably don't want to do that with just any game, but the ones that are really rare and expensive, yeah, look for repros. Superflash says Earthbound on eBay first listing is $65. Many of our others are $100 to $250. Is that a buy it now price or is that a auction price? Because chances are that's just the price that it's sitting at right now, not the sold price. So I would be shocked if I could actually get a real authentic Earthbound cartridge for $60. I don't think that's a thing. If it is, that person obviously doesn't know what they're selling, or it's in very bad condition. Maybe it doesn't even recognize. Let's see. John Dalzell says, I'm going to get a ColecoVision flashback. Sorry, Nintendo. Oh, man. My dad actually had a real ColecoVision. And so when I was growing up, I played ColecoVision games with my dad. It was really cool. So, I'm probably one of very few people that's seen a real ColecoVision and played it, Most of the time it's just like, wow, that's a weird video game antique. But yeah, no, I love the ColecoVision. YXBA says you can get one from China for 30 smackers. See, that sounds like a repro, not an original cartridge. Where am I going again? Oh, that's right. What's his name? Sahasrara. Something like that. Some long, strange-sounding S name. Man, these Octorok are dropping big bucks, too. 5 rupees a piece? I'll take it. That one's a cheapo. Duo says the chances of Nintendo doing a reprint of all NES and SNES classic games collections, but on a Switch cart. See, that's the thing. I don't know if they're going to go that physical route. I feel like they're going to offer some sort of online service where you pay a subscription, you can then play whatever's on their service, but as soon as you stop paying the subscription, you can't play the game anymore. I feel that's the route they're going to go. I think that's much more scalable as far as when a new game system comes out. The subscription service is available there too. They don't have to reprint new game cartridges or whatever, or have to port them over. It's a more unified system. I think that's what they're going to do. Obviously, I can't know that for sure, but it seems like it's taking a very long time for them to put old games on the Switch, and I think that's gotta be why. Not just anyone can use that weapon. Legends say only the hero who has won the 3 pendants can wield the sword. You really want to find it? Good. As a test, can you retrieve the Pendant of Courage from the East Palace? If you bring it here, I will tell you more of the legend and give you a magical artifact. Now, go forward to the palace. Thanks, Sahasrara. That's his name, right? Sahasrara. Let's see. You've only played NES on Super Smash Bros. Wii. That's the game he's from, so you're right. It's actually the second game in the series. Yes, good old Earthbound. They finally did make the first game available to the States just a few years ago on Virtual Console. First time ever. Otherwise, Earthbound was the only game in that series that we actually received. The other ones were all exclusive to Japan. Actually, I'm not quite sure if they came to Europe other than the second one. I think it was a Japan exclusive other than Mother 2/Earthbound. YXBA says, I'm in favor of a subscription service for Virtual Console and Switch. Otherwise, they only bring the same games out for every new console. With a subscription, you can maybe expand the library. Right. So the best Virtual Console library we've ever had was on the Wii, because ever since then, they've just been trying to rebuild it back up, and oh, time for a new console, rebuild it back up, oh, time for a new console, rebuild it back up, and they never get there. The Wii U, at the very least, had the Game Boy Advance and the DS games, which was unique. Otherwise, the Wii had a bunch of non-Nintendo systems on there as well. Like, they had Sega Genesis, Sega Master System, which was like a Sega version of the NES. They had TurboGrafx, which was a Japanese game system called PC Engine. They had actual arcade games, not just like the home console ports, but like they put out a line of like arcade accurate games. They put out Commodore 64 games, which was a gaming PC in the 80s. Whoa! So they put out tons and tons of stuff on the Wii Virtual Console that has never been on a Nintendo console ever again. The Virtual Console never got those games. They also brought over to like the US store some Japan exclusive games. What was it called? Sin and Punishment on the N64. Came out for the first time in America on the Virtual Console on the Wii. And that's it. It's the only other time we've seen that game. Actually, I'll have to take that back. I'm not quite sure if it did end up being on the Wii U Virtual Console. But we don't have it on the Switch. So now it's locked behind old hardware. Still. Let's see. Superfly says, I believe mentioning Mother 3 results in auto ban from the channel. Well, on my channel, I did a complete playthrough of Mother 3. I found a Japanese cartridge. I believe I bought it on eBay, like 30 bucks. And then I used my Retron 5 console to apply an English patch to it. There's a fan translation out there. So I applied the patch to it, but it only applies to the console. It doesn't apply to the cartridge itself. So my Mother 3 cartridge, still the original game, runs on a Game Boy Advance. It's great. But I was able to play it in English for the stream. It's really cool. Link, it is I, Sahasrara. I can talk to you telepathically when you touch these tiles. Why do we have to touch the tile? If it's telepathic? Here's a hint. You can use the treasure hidden in this palace to defeat armored foes. Got it. Rebel says, who's the other Nintendo Prime chat guy? That's me signed in to Nate's account. So, that's me. That's Nate's account. But it is posting chats from Twitch. And when those chats from Twitch get posted in YouTube, it has to use my signed-in account, which is the Nintendo Prime account, to post it. So then what you see in brackets is the name of the person on Twitch. And then the opposite is also true on Twitch. They see all the YouTube chats exactly the same way. They see Nintendo Prime. Actually, I suppose on Twitch I'm signed in as FiveJay, so it says FiveJay, and then has in brackets the name of the YouTube person making the chat. Sam Cook says, who has an SNES? I don't have an SNES, but I have an analog Super NT, which is like an HD version of the SNES. It plays all the games, including the Super Game Boy, and I love it. Superfly says, the only SNES game I have, though, is Super Mario Kart 2. Or, sorry, Super Mario Kart. There's no Super Mario Kart 2. In fact, after Super Mario Kart, they dropped the moniker of Super Mario Kart and just started calling it Mario Kart whatever. So, I thought that was interesting that Super Mario Kart refers to only one game. It does not refer to the whole franchise, and I never thought about that till more recently. We got a key. That's good, because there's a door right there. Flea the Magician says, I've still got mine somewhere. I got Super Mario World, Star Fox, and Mortal Kombat elsewhere for it. Nice. I need a new controller for it, though. Mine is dying. Tragic. Well, you can get new controllers from a company called 8BitDo, and they make something called the Retro Receiver. And that way, you can play with a Bluetooth controller on the Super Nintendo. Wirelessly. It's really cool. I have a couple. They work brilliantly. Ah! We do not have a way to kill that guy. So we don't have the key yet, the special key. Yeah, I can't get there. No, I picked up most of the hearts. Still missing that that key we need. Do we have this key? Let's just check and make sure. Yeah, I don't see it anywhere. Sam Cook says, how come you get to control the chats, Duo? Why not? Nate found him trustworthy, so he made him a mod. Remember that anti-political rule? Yeah, that's funny. Somebody's like, do you like Trump? Ixnay on the politicals. Wait, is this... This isn't a locked treasure chest, is it? Okay, it is. I was like, am I missing out on the big key right here and now? Kinda. No, I think that's the bow and arrow there, so somewhere else must be the big key that we need. Oh. Jose says, go back. Oh no, did I miss something? I thought I was at a dead end there. Uh-oh. Oh no, the worst part of this game has just happened. The low hearts beep. Nothing is worse in this game than the continual beep of low health. Whoo! Earl says, anyway, is Nate losing weight? What is happening with that? I have no idea. Couldn't tell you. You can kill the green guy with sword slashes or throwing the pot at him. Oh. I forgot about that. He's having health problems. I did not know that. Oh, that's really sad. I'm sorry to hear that. Oh yeah, look, that is a one-hit kill with the pot. Thank you for reminding me of that. Boy. That's getting old quick, isn't it? Yeah. It's not worth it. Run away! That beeping though. Gotcha. Okay, we're on the right path now. Now, if one of these guys would be kind enough to drop a heart, I'd really appreciate that. Yes! Oh, thank goodness. That was annoying. Gotcha. Okay, so now we can go back, get the bow and arrow, go to the boss. Skip Bayless is back. What's up, Skip? Says the N64. Made a huge mistake to not go with CDs. Yep, sure did. They paid dearly for it. As did all of their developers making games. Having to buy the cartridges from Nintendo, of course, and paying the nose, through the nose doing it. I think that's why Nintendo did it that way, right? Yeah, no load times. Yeah, right. You just want to make all the money off the cartridges. So they can't just buy generic CDs for cheap. You just want more money. You ruined it, Nintendo. You ruined it for yourself. Have I been this way? Probably. I have not been over this way, actually, so no. Go away. Full health, it feels good. Finally having full health. Hey! Where does this go? It appears to go nowhere. Doesn't mean we're not checking under here anyway. Yibbit. Jay, answer that? All Americans are fat, Lel. Yes, all of them. There isn't a single skinny American in all of the United States of America. You're right about that. Completely. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Personally, I was skinny once upon a time. And then I stopped moving. So easy to do these days, you know, your job you do sitting down, you drive to that job, you get home, you watch TV. Oops, I put on a bunch of weight. How did that happen? Well, you didn't move. It's pretty easy to figure that one out. So our world of convenience has made us out of shape. Where was this arrow room? Skip says Sega of Japan was stupid to turn down deal making a console with Sony. Well, so was Nintendo. Sam Cook says, I have never seen a skinny American in real life. Well, you haven't seen many then, have you? How do I get back down there, man? I was there. What did I do to get there? We're gonna try... Nope, we can't go that way. It's the floor below us. If these, you know, skeletons would just pop up. There we go. There we go, baby. Do 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 do. Superfly says beef equals great for tacos. The family Then tacos together, Rocco's together. Lel, lel, lel. Ah, it was right here all along. I knew it. Left instead of right ruins everything. Alright. Let's equip this bow and kick some butt. Whoa! Excuse me, flying skeleton heads. Come back now that I've got a charged up sword. Then we'll see who kicks whose butt. If that heart would land. There we go. Hoping to get another heart out of one of these punks. Oh, we don't have a net. Otherwise we could maybe get a fairy in the next room. Usually. There we are. Well, we're going into these 25. Do, 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 do. Let's see what we got going on in here. There's all sorts of things happening. Eh. This big golem is coming after me. Gotcha. Punk. Yes, yes, good. Very good. Where are the rest of these things? They could give us more money. And lots of money. Left or right? I'm intrigued by the locked door. Superfly says, I'm still only in chapter 2, though, of what? I have so many games to play on Switch right now. Skyrim, Night in the Woods, Bayonettas. Yeah, my, backlog is like 700 games. It's probably not even an exaggeration. So many games. Close. There we are. 10! Man, I got a lot of arrows. That's the one, baby. Skip says, did you want the Sega PlayStation? A Nintendo PlayStation would have been cool. Duo says, anyways, going to unlock some more Dragon Ball Xenoverse characters. Nice. Game looks like fun. Talking about skinny gamers. Okay, cool, cool. Apparently, just gotta risk our biscuit here. Yeah. Find the right switch. Woo! Thankfully, we didn't lose 2 hearts in there. Only 2 half hearts worth of damage. You. Reanimate. Whoa! Whoa! The pot didn't work this time. Smashing it on his head. Ineffective. We lost that heart. Didn't wake him. Still expect a fairy around here, usually. Shouldn't have a jar to put it in, or a net to capture it. Superfly says, is Studio Ghibli considered anime? Howl's Moving Castle is easily top 5 favorite movies. Yes, it is, and yeah, great movie. Absolutely. Have at thee, red statue thing. Oh yeah, this guy. Leave me alone. Gotcha. Wasting shots. Only got 7 left. Okay. I got exactly enough hits to get this guy killed. Oh. We can hit him with our sword. Nice. Oh, I'm out. That's okay. I think the sword should do it from here. It's not perfect, but it works. At least gave him some damage with the arrows. Come on. Any moment now, this guy's gonna be toast. Gotcha. And the mythical pendant that we need. Da-na-na-na. Just knocked my controller on this microphone. Ding! Sweet! Alright, now Sahasrara, share with us your secrets. Man, 16-bit is like the perfect kind of pixel art. Although even 32-bit is also really good. I mean, man, all pixel art. You just gotta love well-designed pixel art. How can you not? Got a couple of bombs here. Let's see what this guy's hiding. What you got, Sahasrara? I did not mean to use that. Run. Where's my run button? There we go. Sam Cook says, I hate it when the Americans say Europe is UK. All of Europe is the UK? Yes, yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Well, Duo says, Supa, he mentioned a certain idiot who... Oh, I see. Hey, folks, again, let's keep the political talk, the country stuff, to a minimum here. Again, Sam Cook, anyone else, please keep the political, national kind of thing to a minimum here. Alright, so now, Sahasrara. Got a couple more pendants to get, and we can go get our Master Sword. Then we're on to the bulk of the adventure. What happens after the Master Sword is taken from its legendary pedestal. Oh. Gotcha, you punk. I think I'm going to go for this one on the left first, but I forget if I'm going to be locked out of that or not. Let's go this way first. Do, do, do. So guys, what other games out there have you guys never beaten, but always wanted to? So this is a game I've played a lot. I've never beaten it, and I don't know why. Are there games out there that you guys have always had on your list to beat, but just haven't gotten around to it yet? So I've decided I want to start beating more games. It's one of my sort of 2018 resolutions. Beat more games. Don't just play them. Beat them. Playing them is fun. Beating them is really understanding what the entire game is like. Not just one portion of the game. Oh, oh. Jumping into the same spot in the river twice. Well done. Lake. Pond. Whatever you call it. Please says, you're gonna laugh at me, Super Mario Bros. Lol. The original? Yeah, I don't know that I've ever beaten that one all the way through either. I mean, I played lots of it, you know, as a kid. But as a kid, you're awful at games. So you can get far, you know, you can have a lot of fun, and it's sort of like a huge deal when you get to a world that you've never been to before. But like, I didn't know there was a trick as a kid in Super Mario Brothers where if you hold a certain button when you press start after you've lost, you will resume from the last world that you were playing while the system was still on. So I thought as soon as I lost my lives, it was completely impossible to do anything but start all the way over. So I would get to the point where I would lose my lives and I just gave up. It's like, I'm not doing that again. So that was stupid. That was really stupid. I didn't know how to... I didn't even know where to... Like, it's something you don't know that you don't know. You know, it's... You don't know how stupid you are until you find out later. Oh, wow, that was a thing, huh? Wow, I missed out on a big opportunity there. Let's see if I can see some other games here in the chats that folks have mentioned. Wind Waker. Yeah, I don't think I've finished that one either. I beat the end, but it was my friend's game, so he had me do the final boss. It was too hard for him, but I didn't play it all the way along the way. I just did bits and pieces here and there. Uncharted 4. I'm working my way through Uncharted. I've done 1 and 2, and I've started 3, but I haven't finished that one yet. So I'm getting there, too. Any other games being mentioned here? You've never 100%ed Super Mario 64 despite having beaten it a million times. See, and I don't think I've ever even beaten it. Well, no, that's a lie, sorry. I'm in your situation. Yes, I've beaten Bowser, the final Bowser, a bunch of times, but I've never collected all 120, I believe, stars. So, yes, same boat. I always wanted to get 120. I think I was at like 107. Like, so close. Just get the last 13 stars. What's the problem here? But, yeah, never did get around to that. Lego games, Skylanders, sure, sure. Duo says, I actually just 100%ed Super Mario 64 at the beginning of the year. That was a resolution that I had. Nice. Well, congratulations on following through with your resolution. Well done. Well done. So, I couldn't find a way into that lower one. Most likely, we need the power bracelet, which means we probably have to go to this upper place to get that power bracelet. So, we're going for the one in the mountains. Oh, you know what? I should go to Kakariko Village to get a bottle, to get the bug's net. I believe all that stuff is in Kakariko, so I should quick visit that village. Out of my way, fools! Why was, you know, why is money and health and stuff in grass? It's one of those video game things. It doesn't have to make any sense. It's just there. I'm like right on top of the village, aren't I? Nope. Way too far south. If I can make it there from here. Duo says, I played it so much as a kid, but I never actually got every star. Felt like I owed the game that much, seeing how much I used to play it. That's exactly how I feel about this game and many, many others. So, starting to do something about it. Mail your mail. What's up, Mail? Says, finally, a Zelda game. Yes, indeed. A Zelda game is here. Sam Cook says, I've played 400 hours of Pokemon Diamond. Nice. Very cool. I know in Pokemon Red and Blue, I had hundreds of hours on each of them. And then I'd like restart them like, let's do it again. I have no idea how many hundreds of hours I've put into those games, but it is a lot. A lot. And then I put multiple hundreds of hours into Silver, but then I accidentally deleted my own game, and I skipped a bunch of generations after that. I was pretty heartbroken at my stupidity. There's a magic bottle. Superflash's last Pokemon game I beat was Gold. That game was amazing. Ooh, I came back with X and Y, and I beat X. And that game was awesome. That was a great game. So, I would recommend giving that one a shot as well. It was fun seeing Pokemon in 3D for the first time on a full-fledged RPG. Now, I have 2 bottles. But, where is Butterfly Net? Who's got the net? Somebody around here. Ah! What's up, Cuckoo? Superfly says Pokemon Yell is probably the game I put the most hours into. Probably would be easier to measure the time spent in months at this point. Still fire it up on my SP once in a while. So good, isn't it? It's so good. I definitely liked Yellow more than Red and Blue, but I didn't own Yellow. My friend had Yellow. I borrowed it for a little while, played it. Awesome. I loved that it was a lot like the anime. It's really cool. Somebody around here's got to have a net for me. I know a guy who put 3,000 hours into Gary's mods, says Sam Cook. Wow. That is a lot of time. 3,000 hours. Insane. Mail Mail says, had Ruby version on my Game Boy back in the day. Half my life went into that game. Yes. It's hard not to just lose your life to Pokemon when you're young, right? You really get caught up with the challenge of catching them all, trading with your friends and whatnot. It's really cool. I loved it. And now you can do it over the internet, so it's a little bit easier to trade and battle with folks, but still so cool. Who has the bug net? I do not remember. Sounds good. I don't care what these guys have to say. Either they're gonna give me a net, or they're gonna move on with their lives. This guy. He looks like he might give me a bug net. Yes! There it is. Alright, now we can catch fairies. Storm in a couple of magic bottles. Also, there's Mario on the wall. What's up, Mario? Talking about people doing, oh, what do they call it these days? Cosplay? It's very, very popular. It's not for everybody, that's for sure. Alright. Close to the Master Sword, but of course, we can't actually get that sword as of now. Gotta get some medallions. Magical medallions. What are we looking at here for time? Okay, we still got time. Ah, this little bugger here. He likes to trick you, make you think you can hit him, but then you hit him and he shocks you. You gotta shoot him with an arrow. Death Mountain. Once again, missing the... I forget what you call it. Power bracelet? We have to be careful. Like their dopey look. Oh, we're cutting down a tree. Oh. Sounds like Goofy. Superfly, that scene you're talking about in the new Star Wars movie, I'm very certain that was not originally part of the movie, because that's the only part of the movie where she's CGI'd in there, and I'm pretty sure they put it in there just to mess with us. Like, think about it. They put it in there to mess with you, right? Completely. Uh-oh. Are we in the Lost Woods? It's not where I want to be. Okay, so I need the power bracelet. It might be in that watery area in the bottom right corner of the map. I'm going to do a save and quit. Let's see where it brings me. I think it's going to take me to Kakariko. Plus, I just wanted to make sure that we saved our data here. Link's house or the sanctuary? Let's start from the sanctuary, I think. So it sounds like there's a lot of dissension here about Star Wars, the new movies. Some people like them, some people hate them. It's just movies. You're allowed to hate them, you're allowed to like them. I don't see any point in being upset about, oh, they didn't handle this character that I liked correctly. Well, that's your opinion. I enjoyed the new Star Wars movies. I like that they're doing something new with them. And that I can't predict exactly what they're going to be doing all the time. I think it's good. There's been so many Star Wars stories written, right? All the books out there. They wanted to do something new, and they've done that. And I'm impressed. Turned out really well. Once again, this guy with the crossbow. Just the worst. Got him. Just flood them with arrows. Eventually, they'll fall. Those birds, man. Deadliest enemies. I think this one's just, she's just like a fortune teller, right? Doesn't really have any impact. Skip says, don't tell Kel orange soda is not good. I love orange soda, and I love Kel. Actually, I love Keenan. Kel was okay. Yeah. Don't need this. Fortune teller. Does anyone want to play Mario Kart 8 Deluxe or Splatoon 2? Ooh, he's got the friend code out there. Now's a chance, folks. Pounce! Go play some awesome multiplayer games on Switch. Dead bird dough. Somewhere around here, I thought there was a power bracelet. Rebel says, something new. Force Awakens equals A New Hope. Not even close. Last Jedi ends with Battle of Hoth. Something new? Yeah. Both of those movies are much more different than their predecessors than anybody gives them credit for. And that's fine, because people like to be stubborn, and they just like to be mean and say that nothing that you do can be right because it doesn't match my version of what the story should be in my head. Sorry, you can't be satisfied. So you shouldn't watch Star Wars. You're obviously beyond hope here. So, too bad. So sad. There's millions and millions and millions of other people that love these new films. And you're just going to have to deal with it. That's the way it is. So, that did not get us what we wanted. Was it over in that area to the right, or is it in this area below us? We're gonna have to try them both. We obviously need to have that power bracelet. There is a suspicious spot. Kaboom! It was the same as Empire Strikes Back? No. Not at all. In fact, it was more of a fusion of 5 and 6, if anything. It was not 5 strictly at all. YXBA says Star Wars Episode 10, Beyond Hope, dedicated to all the haters. Lol, 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 lol. Batman Forever is the best Batman movie. There you go. The truth has been spoken right there. Well. Back off. Take that, you crab. It's somewhere in here, isn't it? It's gotta be. Millions of people who know nothing about Star Wars like the sequels. Well, that's a funny argument there. It has absolutely no basis, in fact. Come on, you punk. Can't wait till we fight the big one of that guy once we get to the Dark World. What is up? 300 rupees? Nice. And whatever else he's got in here. Bombs, more money, why not? Arrows, I'll take it all. We've almost maxed out our money. We're getting close. John tells us, as your Switch is running Dragon Ball at the moment, I just wanted to know how the game is, Duo Master. Nice. Superfly says, they wasted Snoke by killing him. Tell me something. How fleshed out was the Emperor in episodes 5 and 6? He had very little screen time. We knew nothing about his past history. He was not a very well fleshed out character at all. And yet, episode 5, amazing, right? Usually considered the best of the 3. If not, well, yeah, usually considered the best of the original 3. Right? Same situation, though. But people don't complain about that because those are the originals. But when it comes to the new ones, the things that would be faults in the originals, they complain about in the new ones. And completely ignore the same problem in those originals. So, you see where I'm coming from here? People just won't be satisfied, and that's that. If you won't be satisfied, then stop seeing the movies, because you won't be satisfied. It's not going to change. Yes, give it to me. Those hearts. Another fairies. Ooh, power bracelet, power bracelet. Oh, the ice rod. Ooh, that's a cool find. Superfly says, that is a very good point, FiveJay. I hadn't considered that. Exactly. You didn't consider that, did you? Because you grew up loving those movies, and we don't really judge them for what they were. But the same is not true of the new movies. We are judging them to death for things that we liked in the originals. It's ridiculous. And bomb that sucker. Two-Face, best Batman bad guy. I really liked his portrayal in the Christopher Nolan Batman movies. Perfect. Stock up on fairies. 2-for-1 sale. Rebel says, I hate Star Wars in general, but I like some of the movies. That's why I keep seeing them. There you go. If you like it, go watch it. Don't let other people's opinions of the movies influence yours. So if you like the new movies, awesome. If you like the prequels, awesome. Whatever. Just go enjoy the movies, because that's what they're for. That's it. They're not going to improve your life, you know? It doesn't impact anything. It's just the movie. If you like it, watch it. If you don't like it, don't watch it. We can't swim yet, so there's no point in diving in there. So where is this power bracelet? It's gotta be somewhere. We had one other thought of where we might find it. I think we're gonna do this trick again. Because it's quick and easy. So many chats. John Dalzell says the best Batman enemy is Catwoman. Ooh, she's kind of the anti-hero, right? Sometimes she's a good guy, sometimes she's a bad guy. She's a very interesting character, which is fun. Which is kind of like why Two-Face was a fun character. It's like he was a good guy, straight up. You know, district attorney, fought for the law, and then all of a sudden psychological trauma happens and he's got a split personality and an appearance to match. Sometimes you get the old version of Harvey, and sometimes you get the new twisted version of Harvey. I think it's a very intriguing concept. Where else would I look for this power bracelet? Skip says, Catwoman over Two-Face, how? Two-Face almost killed Batman in Batman Forever. That's true. I like that they had Tommy Lee Jones and they had Jim Carrey. I mean, how awesome is that? But then, boy, what a strange movie they came up with. The Rebel says there are only 3 good Batman movies, the Christopher Nolan's trilogy. The original Batman in 1989 is actually also a really good movie. For its day, that movie was hands down the best attempt at a superhero movie ever, by like a mile. It was insane. I definitely like the Christopher Nolan movies better than that one, but I have to give the credit there that that iteration of Batman helped inspire filmmakers to, you know, try again, raise the bar. We can make a good superhero movie, we just have to, you know, try. Where am I? I'm kind of where I want to be, kind of. The witch. We can bring her a mushroom and she makes something, I forget what. But that's not what we need right now. Oh, wait. Was the power bracelet on top of a bookshelf in Kakariko Village? Was that what it was? I'm gonna start again and go to Link's house this time. Start from Link's house. Okay. boy, not that close to Kakariko Village, is it? It's fine. Sam Cook says, I cried at Guardians of the Galaxy 2. Dude, that that movie, that was awesome. I didn't expect, like I heard that people were getting emotionally impacted by that movie. I just didn't expect how they did it, what character actually brought that emotional impact. And I was really impressed that it was the character that I was. Like, wow, really? Man, yeah, that was really well done. Sam Cook really likes Black Panther. I really liked it too, and it feels the least like the rest of the Marvel films, which is cool. It really has its own unique feel. For the most part, it's almost completely separate from the other movies, so you can see that one without having watched every single one of them and still enjoy it, which is cool. That question is, which building had that bracelet? Oh, it had the book. That's right. It wasn't the bracelet, but we do need this. So, good to have. This makes me feel like I should be able to go to that temple, then, that's in the lower left corner of the map. If we can get the book, we should be able to get in there. So I'm going to look again. Maybe I missed something. You take Poison Ivy over Catwoman, says Skip. Poison Ivy. I mean, all the villains in Batman are actually really interesting. There's usually some very intriguing psychological issue happening with all of the Batman villains. And I find that really, really cool. They all came from a long time ago, you know, these 100-year-old comics. But they still hold up. You know, they've changed a few things here and there, but the basis of who those villains were, they still hold up. Ooh, yeah, bombs. Always take them. So what am I missing around here? I need to get into this rocky area. Can't lift this. So let's try along the next area, see if we can get in. Okay. We're technically inside. Let's see what happens. Yeah. So far, it looks like we're not going to have any problems. Why did I think we were stuck before? Oh, maybe I just didn't go in this way. Maybe I came in down here and scratched my head. What a fool. Do I need this guy? I forget if I need this guy or not. Regardless, I'm making him follow me. Just to see what happens. You can't enter with somebody following you. That's what happens. There, now he's left me alone. Let's see what's in there. Skip says Donkey Kong Country better than Super Mario World. Personally, I disagree, but I love both. They're great games. Great games. The Rebel really doesn't seem to like those Marvel and DC movies. I gotta agree on the DC movies. Most of those are just garbage. It's maybe some fun moments, but man, just they're a mess is mostly what they are. But the Marvel movies, you're dead wrong about those. Those movies are much better than a lot of things that Hollywood puts out. A lot better. Alright, let's use our masterful book to read this. To open the way to go forward, make your wish here and it will be granted. That's a very simple way to open it. Boy, I wish most things were that way. To have as much money as you've ever wanted. Just wish for it. Okay. You just have to find the right stone somewhere in this world to stand in front of and make that wish. Ooh, not affected by the boomerang, you say. Well, that one is. Just a weird toss, I guess. Alright, so we are on our way to getting pendant number 2. Lucky us. How much time do I have? I might have enough time here to get this pendant. I think so. We'll just have to work on it. Or we'll never know. There's a key there we're going to need. You must never fail to find all the treasures in each dungeon. Well, that wasn't really a tip, but thanks, bud. Rebel says, discussion is good. Why don't you understand that? Discussion is not the same thing as arguing. If your opinion is, these suck and anybody who likes these are stupid, that is not what you call good conversation. So, no. If that's how you want to converse, then you get timed out. That's how that works. It's locked. You need the big key. As always. We found that big treasure chest real quick, though. I guess we got a nose for treasure. I still haven't seen The Room yet. Duo was talking about The Room. It's one of those bad movies that people like to watch, right? I've seen quite a few bad movies that I enjoy. There was one that was called The Patriot, and it's not The Patriot with Mel Gibson. It was a deep-sea diving movie, and during the climax of the movie, they were trying to prevent someone from being let out of the decompression chamber, or else they would die. It was very high action. So tense. I really was worried about that decompression chamber coming open too early. Whew! That movie is no good. Okay, a couple of fairies. That's good. I think we're missing a lot, though. That's going to advance us on to a later area of the dungeon, but we missed some of these early areas, so I'm going to backtrack here a tad. See what else this place has to offer. Pub-biome. Take this little punk out. And he refuels me. That's a nice evil statue. Yeah, perfect. The map. Perfect. How are we doing on this map? Oh, yeah. We've got a lot of this explored. There's not too much left. It's very good. There's a lot of these guys in here. Oh, I still have the lantern. I thought I had the bow and arrow. Haha! That's it? There's nothing else? Tragic. Duo says, I'll be the only 18-year-old in the theater watching Incredibles 2 in the summer. I can guarantee it. As in, you'll be the oldest one there or the youngest one? I'll be watching it in theaters in 28. So, Rebel says, why can't people just like things without being so-called fans? Sure. Because fan is short for fanatic. I see what you're saying there. Like, you're not necessarily a fanatic because you like something. But I think, slang-wise, being a fan isn't really considered being fanatic. Like somebody says, wow, you really loved that movie. Like, well, no, I mean, I'm a fan, but I don't know if I loved it. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like the shortened version is a little less extreme. But I get your sentiment there. Ah, that's the noise we were hearing. Was that supposed to be challenging in some way? I decided to run through it because I didn't mind getting hit once. This is probably the oldest one. Middle of the country, it's typically only kids and teenagers watching movies on any given day. Ah, so it really didn't matter the movie then. Unless it's a big movie meant for adults, for example, Black Panther. Again, I think that's more like a... I don't know if it's all ages, but it's close. I mean, they've added some rough language or whatever to Marvel movies, but still they're not particularly graphic. There's like explosions and things, but these days young kids swear more than the adults do. It's crazy. So I think they're going for a somewhat all ages-ish approach, if nothing else, you know, like preteen kind of thing. What are they even rated? PG-13? Yeah, nobody follows that guideline, but... Duo says Peter Rabbit is the first movie I've seen since the new Star Wars. Really? Peter Rabbit? Alright then. So how is Peter Rabbit? It has, the guy who plays, General Hux in it. I noticed that in the previews. Okay. Wait, we got the big key, and the big... Isn't the big treasure chest right over here? No, it's up one more. Okay, we're going back. Let's get the big treasure and move on. It was... left and up. There's the switch. Sam Cook says, I've been to the cinema 6 times last month. Nice. That's awesome. There it is. The Power Glove. Now we have what we need to get to the second palace. Or rather, the third palace, really. Since we already went to the first one before we even knew the locations of the second and third. Okay. Moving on to the end stages of this particular dungeon. Duo says, said before, went with my younger cousins, 4 and 5 years old. It's a great movie, kept me engaged, had some good music choices as well. Yeah, it seems like a fun kids movie. Yeah, and I think the part of the point of a kids movie is to try to be somewhat entertaining for adults, so that when you're forced to watch it 857 billion times with your kid, you at least aren't, you know, completely and entirely bored with it. You might have a couple of quotes or something you really enjoy. Skip says, they have a part in the movie where the guy is being mean to the bunnies. I assume, though, that by the end of the movie, his heart has changed because he's made friends with Peter Rabbit. That's usually how that sort of thing goes, am I right? Oh yeah, this makes like a skull, doesn't it? Pretty sure. The skull and crossbones, like almost 8-bit look to it, but pretty sure that's what that's supposed to be. Rebel, I hope the Han Solo movie flops. Well. Perfect. Look at this, almost 800 rupees. Alright. What are we gonna get for lighting all these? I have to relight. Clear the way. Nice. Hiding under a pot, really. That is not common. They're all lit. I guess it doesn't do anything for us. There it is. It's gonna make another skull and crossbones at us. Just run. Now. Duo says it never strays too far from a kid's movie. Yeah, that's alright. What can you expect? It was Peter Rabbit. The source material wasn't exactly adult source material, was it? Duo says also has some pretty wonderful jokes too. The bird watching one was always a favorite. I don't know that joke, so maybe if I end up seeing it somehow. Duo says, Rebel, you're really a little ball of hate, aren't you? Well. That's not a fun way to go through life. I'm sorry that all you do is run around hating on things. It must be miserable. Oh yeah, this thing. Wow. We've got a couple of fairies here to help us out, even if we fail. Which we might. There's a chance. Wait, is one of them... Okay, it's like, there's only 2 now. No, I think they kind of explode. Yeah, like that, when they're gone, so... They're not really gone yet. Uh-oh. Everyone's favorite low health beep. Come on. One of these guys has got to be almost done here. There we go. There's number 2. Number 3's got to be close behind. We can almost do this without the fairy, but if we can't, it's fine. Little salt on there. It's good to go. Superfly says Lego Batman movie was really easily one of the best DC movies until Wonder Woman came out. I really liked Lego Batman. I don't know if I liked it as much as the Lego movie itself, but I really, really liked it. Yeah, baby! Matthew Campos is here. I don't think I've seen you in here, but thank you for watching. Says, I hope they come out with a part 2 of the Lego Batman movie. That'd be awesome. That would be cool. Sweet! Alright, well, we're 2/3 of the way to the Master Sword. Probably going to end the stream here, though. Because we're not going to be able to finish the next temple before it's over. So, before the stream has to end. So, I'm going to end it here. That's part 1 of my playthrough. So next weekend, I will continue to stream my way through A Link to the Past on this channel. I'll be streaming on my own channel later. I might be starting up another game that I'll be doing a playthrough of. I'm not sure yet. I haven't decided. But like I said, please like this video. Please subscribe to and follow Nintendo Prime on both Twitch and YouTube. And if you enjoy me as a streamer, I have my own channels on Twitch and YouTube. Just search for FiveJay Gaming, spelled like you see below the channel there, the camera there, and you'll find me. Thanks for coming, guys, and I'll catch you next time.